Hey, hey! So, this is No Filter. Got my proud dark spots or age spots, whatever you want to call them. I am 45. I'm a grandma. I'm a mom. I'll be 46 next month. And this is me. No makeup, no filters. Anyway, I did get a blog post after, I think August 2019 was the last one. And I've written a few, but the one that I chose to go with, oh Lord, my hair. The one that I chose to go with was about The Bachelor and the final three. And I went with that one because I had that in my head for a while. And I mean, they're going to have the rose ceremony tonight. So I had to kind of get on that. Um, I love reality TV. I watch a lot of reality TV. I'm a little bit of a reality TV junkie. I haven't always watched The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. I'm kind of off and on, wax and waned. But I have been watching it all of this season. I watch it on Hulu. That comes on like the day after. I've watched it a couple times live, but I work on Monday nights, so usually that doesn't happen. Anyway, so the final three: Madison, Hannah Ann, and Victoria F. So they did something different this time, and I'm sure people that watch it already know this, but they had all three of them staying in the same place. What? I can't even imagine. I mean, when you get down to where you're at the fantasy suites and you're the final three, that's kind of crazy. Um, I think they did it on purpose because of the dynamics and the whole thing with Madison. I really do think they did it on purpose. I mean, some people could say, "Oh, they did that," and look, they're making a TV show. They want good ratings and they want viewers, so it kind of makes sense. Honestly, you can't fault them for that. So, anyway, so we go to him and Hannah Ann, first date. I didn't write down the details. I don't remember all the details, but I remember it looked like they had fun. They were on the water, fun like that. Now, my take on Hannah Ann, I didn't like her in the beginning. I honestly, the whole thing with that champagne bottle and Kelsey, I really didn't. I leaned toward the side to not think that she did that on purpose. I really don't think she knew. I honestly don't. But it kind of painted her out to be a bad guy, and I let that influence me. I sure did. Anyway, so I think she's grown on me. She's very young. I do think he cares for her, have a love for her, is fall in love with her, that kind of thing. I do think that they're not at any point ready to be engaged or anything or get married. I do think that they could go on and probably date and see where it goes and maybe end up having a great future. Who knows? I do think they have a connection though, and like I said, she's grown on me. She is mature, for her age. She's more mature than some of the ladies that were older than her. Let's face it. Okay, now Victoria F. That woman, I don't know. I mean, I liked her kind of at first. She's gorgeous, but she quickly lost me as a fan. I don't think she's a horrible person. I think if she's done some of the things that is out there on social media, or the lady that was on the show said that's horrible. I mean, especially like you can do that once and it be a mistake, but if she's done it multiple times, then girl, you know what you're doing and you need to stop it. But anyway, so I don't like her for that reason. But besides all that, they just seem to have had too much conflict, honestly, and I mean, too much bickering. Out of the three left, like they've had the most conflict. It just kind of doesn't make sense to me. And I know everybody's gonna have their moments, but just being on my second marriage and we don't bicker and fight. We get irritated at each other, but I don't know. I just don't see it. There are some reasons that I think she's in the final three. I think he does care about her, and I think he wanted to explore it more. And also, part of me thinks that they probably know who their final two is, and then like who they keep as the third is kind of up for debate. And maybe production said, "Hey, let's keep her. She's got more drama," or maybe he said, "Let's keep her. Let's get more drama." Now, some people said he kept her because he wanted to sleep with her. I mean, maybe that's true. I don't know. Honestly, sometimes when you sleep with somebody, you don't know until then that you have a real connection or not. I mean, I can see that, but I kind of think too, one other option could be that he did care about Kelsey and he cared about her feelings, and he didn't want to take her into the final three because he didn't want to hurt her feelings or lead her on anymore. You know what I mean? So I think there's also that aspect of it that I haven't really heard a lot talked about or read a lot talked about. Okay, then we get to Madison. I have a few things to say about Madison. First, I love Madison. I think she's I think she's sweet. I think she's smart. I think she's great for holding onto her faith and her beliefs and all of that. I like Madison. And until we delve deeper into the whole faith issue here at the end, I wanted him to pick her. But honestly, I don't think they're a good fit. And that could be completely wrong. But I think that her faith being what it is so strongly, and her saving herself for marriage and all of that, even though she knows that he didn't have sex or maybe her potential husband didn't, I just think they don't align in that manner. I think he has faith, but I just don't think they're on the same level. So I think that's just going to cause them problems when it comes to, being parents and all of that stuff. I just see trouble. And, don't want anybody like Madison to get hurt or Peter to get hurt. I mean, there's been, he's done some things, that I'm like, what? But everybody deserves to be happy. And I just don't honestly think that. Now, my problem with Madison is, why in the HELL did she wait until now to tell him that she was saving herself for marriage and that she was a virgin? That's crazy to me. You know what kind of show you're on. When you're getting down, down there in it, I feel like she should have disclosed that. I especially feel like she should have disclosed that when she told him, about the thing about him sleeping with the other two, in the fantasy suite. Why would you not go ahead and tell him that so that he could better understand where you're coming from? Because I don't think she made herself clear. She didn't give him an ultimatum, even though it did kind of sound like that. But I think it would have made more sense to him or anybody in that situation if they knew that she was a virgin and that that's what, the whole entire thing revolved around as far as her not wanting. Now, I understand if he loves her and he wants to marry her, why should he want to sleep with two other people? But let's look at what we're watching. We are watching The Bachelor. They are fast-tracked through these dates and through these situations to try to find love, someone they want to marry, someone they want to, potentially marry. And they have to do it kind of in a hurry. And they're kind of in, these dates are not, come on, most of these dates are not something that most of us would just do on a daily basis. I'm lucky. My husband last week asked me to go out to dinner and to a movie without me initiating it. And that has not happened probably in probably years, honestly. So we are not going to be doing any of that stuff like they do, nor when we were dating would we have. So you're in this kind of different situations. I think it's hard for those of us to judge that have not been on the show. I would imagine that it's easy to potentially fall for more than one person, to feel love for more than one person. And I think it's okay to want to explore that in a sexual manner or spending the night together, even if you don't have sex kind of manner. I think that is completely normal. So I don't fault Peter for doing that. Unless he did know she was the final one, and then that's a whole other story. But, I think if he didn't know for sure that it was who of him to explore whatever came naturally if he was in an everyday dating situation. They're not in an everyday dating situation, okay? They're just not. But anyway, that's just what I feel about that. She should have told him. I don't really fault him for doing what he did. If she decides that she needs to leave her back out at any point from now until later, I totally get that too. Like I said, I like Madison. This is not me dogging Madison. This is just me saying I don't think the two of them make a good match. Regardless of who he picks and what's going on, I have read spoilers, so I know kind of some of the stuff, bits and pieces. Reality Steve, I go to, for that I have for years since my cousin told me about it, but, he doesn't even know. They have worked really hard to keep the actual final a secret, and they've done a good job of that, and I think that's great. We've got bits and pieces and him-haw and whatever, but we don't know what happens. Supposedly he's not engaged, and I don't think at this point that he should be engaged to any of them. I think that there are some relationships that he could continue to explore, but I don't think he got to that point with any of them, honestly. It was a crazy season. It's been a crazy season. We will see what happens tonight at the rose ceremony, and we will see what happens at the end and after the rose. Should be interesting as well. So that's my take on it. That's how I feel about it. Take it or leave it. But peace out.